Hey, what's up, guys? Jared James here. Psyched to be doing this with so many of you. I know that there's like a 30-second delay, so you guys are gonna be coming in. Do me a favor, when you jump in here, on your right-hand side, you're gonna see over in a chat area, you can actually let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're coming in from, just so I kind of know who's in here. I know that I know a lot of you. I also know that I don't know a lot of you. So let's try to make this as interactive as possible. I plan to give you a lot of value today. But at the same time, I want to know exactly what it is that when we use that chat, it lets me know what it is you want to know about. And I want you to actually enjoy the time and get something out of it. So what's up, Frank from Chicago? I've got Rachel over there in with me as well. And she will be during the broadcast answering your questions if you're asking about something in particular. Oh, Fairfield, close. What's going on, man? Wisconsin, I was just there. What's up, guys? Destin, Florida. Tony from the Bronx. It's like Jenny from the Bronx. Wisconsin again, I was there. Maryland, I'm with you, Derek, no doubt about it. We got Boston, Pitt. Okay, you're all coming in now. There it is. There's the flood. We always laugh because it's like complete silence for a second, and then all of a sudden just, oof, Yes, I will see many of you in San Antonio, no doubt. Pittsburgh, very cool, very cool. Holy moly, sweet, sweet. Love having you all in here, guys. I love when I see people from Connecticut too, just because that's where I'm from. So guys, what we're gonna do today, we're letting everybody join on here. What we're gonna do today is, I've done a webinar a couple of different times on creating leads on Facebook and Twitter, on Instagram and these kinds of, not Instagram, but Facebook in particular. I'll be covering some of that information again. We're gonna give you some of the newer tips and tricks that are out there as well. So even if you've been on before, make sure you still stay engaged, because it's not just about hearing something you've already heard. It's about implementing what you know you should be doing. And then you've also got to learn those newest tips and tricks so you know exactly what's working right now. And that's really what I want to get into today, is really, what's working right now, and not just, again, teaching you something that you know already, but actually getting you to implement what it is that you hear, okay? That's really what I'm interested in doing today. And oh my Lord, we got a lot of you on here today. That's awesome. I planned on doing this as just kind of like a small little, let's help people out. We want to do more trainings because you guys seem to get so much out of them. We always get such a great response from them. And we put this out there, and holy moly, the amount of people that responded. So very cool, very cool. Good to see all of you coming in here. And again, Connecticut, very cool. Colorado, I used to live there. Sweet. So here's what we're going to do, guys, because I really want to get right into it. We've got a lot of information to cover today. If you've been on here with me before, you know that I'm going to say, look, give me your undivided attention if you can, okay? Turn off all the other notifications you have for stuff. Just give me your undivided attention for the amount of time that I'm going to need on here. It's probably about an hour or so. Sometimes I stick around longer just to answer questions. I'll answer as many as you guys want me to. I do this because I know that I can give you some kind of information that's actually going to make a difference in your business, in your life ultimately, because when you make more money, it makes everything else easier when you know how to manage it correctly. So please give me your undivided attention, okay? If you are on here and we're not connected right now on Facebook, first off, I've got a fan page, facebook.com/Jared James Enterprises. If you just put in Jared James in your search in Facebook, Jared James will come up. It's going to be my fan page. Go ahead and go like that. My personal profile, go ahead and go follow that. I do a lot more on my personal profile, but I do still do stuff from my fan page as well. There's also a Jared James coaching group that's going to pop up that you're going to want to go check out. A lot of great information, a lot of community stuff where people are really helping each other out and giving each other great tips and tools, giving referrals out, doing that kind of stuff. So make sure you stay engaged for that you're involved in something like that. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're on Snapchat, that is my favorite tool, my favorite social media platform I've ever seen. I know that makes me sound like a 12-year-old girl because that's who it was for a long time. But I'm telling you, any of you that are students of ours or clients of ours or follow me in any way, shape, or form, I have never really promoted a specific platform in the sense that I love it. I've always just been on them because it's good for business, it's good for us, it's good for connection. Snapchat is incredible. The way that you can share your story. So many of you that don't follow me on there now, make sure you do if you want a lot of the behind the scenes of what's going on throughout my day, when I'm at events, when I'm not at events. It's just amazing. So if you're not on Snapchat, you need to be on Snapchat. Go ahead and go add me. I'm at Jared James Today. Or if you just go to my personal profile on Facebook, facebook.com/Jared James Today, you will, my profile pic is actually a Snapchat thing. You just take a picture of it from your app and we will be connected, okay? So again, if you hear something today you like, whether, feel free to share it, guys. On Facebook, on Twitter, I'm at Jared James Today. On Instagram, I'm at Jared James Today. You know, on any of these places, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Jared James Today. I want you to share anything you hear that you think is valuable, that you like, or whatever it may be. I want you to share it with other people, so it either encourages them to come and watch this, or it encourages them and gives them something that they need at that moment, okay? I'm a big believer that anything you get, it's on you to give it back to someone else as well, if they're in need. So make sure we're doing that, okay? The truth is, guys, there's so many different ways to make money in real estate. You know, it's just that in today's world, there are ways that are much more relevant. The one I'm going to talk about today, by the way, I think is the best ROI in the industry, okay? I think that there's many different ways to make money. I just did a coaching call where we talked about specific things for our virtual clients that were different than what we usually talk about. But for right now, talking about best ROI, the easiest way to create leads, the easiest way to create the most opportunities, it's going to be the things we're talking about today, okay? And it always changes. The Facebook and Instagram algorithms always change, so we always have to adapt. It matters how much you put on your budget, which we'll talk about, but it does matter. You know, we coach 8 of the top individuals and teams out of the top 100 in the country. And I say this all the time. One of the things that they all have in common is not one of them is their #1 source of business referrals, okay? And I think that's important for you to understand. It's not that we're anti-referral. It's that, as I say all the time, referrals are bonus. And when you look at those top people, you cannot have a predictable business by having a business run by referrals, which is going to go up and going to go down based on what's happening in the market, whether your market is up or down. You've got to do other things outside from a marketing perspective that brings business to you. You know, there is a cost of doing business when you're an entrepreneur. Any other business, you understand that you've got to pay for packaging, and you've got to pay for the product creation, you've got to pay to get it out in front of people, and you've got to, and then we get into real estate and we're used to people just, oh, hello, you want to sell? Okay, perfect. And we get used to that, and then we wonder why our business is so unpredictable, okay? So we're going to talk about that today is one of the ways. There's many different ways that I believe you can be making money in real estate today, okay? Using Facebook and Instagram in particular, okay? How can I become a member of the Jared James Coaching? I don't see the request membership button. Rachel, if you want to help them out, there's something where you can, when you go there, it says request to join or something like that. It should be on there, okay? Before we get going, I also want to make it very clear that you do not need to yourself be active on Facebook and Instagram for what I'm going to talk about today to work, okay? Not by any means. I don't care if you're that person out there going, well, I'm not on Facebook because I don't need to know that John's having chicken for dinner, or whatever your excuse happens to be. One of the really cool things about what I'll be teaching today is that you don't have to be active on these platforms, okay? I think you should have a profile. But I'm going to explain the difference and really go over that. Some of the questions I see coming in, by the way, guys, are things that Rachel can answer. If not, I'll answer them at the end, okay? When I get to the Q&A portion, because I'll stick around as long as you guys want me to stick around, okay? So it doesn't matter how active you are on those platforms. One of the mistakes we make when it comes to marketing is marketing to people in the way that we think we would respond to, okay? I had a lady at an event recently who everything I was saying, she's going, well, I wouldn't do that. Well, I wouldn't do that. That must not work. I wouldn't do that. And I finally just said, ma'am, with all due respect, which, by the way, when you say with all due respect, what are you about to do? You're probably about to disrespect that person, or you probably don't like them very much. And I said to this person, with all due respect, what was the last marketing campaign that you responded to? And she goes, well, I don't really believe in that. I don't. I think it's all a scam. And I said, great. So according to you, no marketing works. That's basically what you're telling me right now. Okay, when we know marketing works. So it's not about what you would respond to. It's about what the overall market would respond to. That's all we really care about, okay? One of the things I'm going to do today, guys, and I do this for every single webinar. Those of you that are on with me, you know I do this on every webinar. I'm going to give you a ton of value, okay? I'm going to show you how, if you want to, you can do things yourself, okay? I'm also going to show you how, if you want us to do it for you, you can pay us to do it for you, okay? Look, you can get up every morning and you can make a cup of coffee, or you can go to Dunkin' Donuts. You have those options, okay? We are that in essence. If you want to learn exactly how to create leads on Facebook and Instagram, I'm going to show you step by step how you do that today. If you know that it's not the best use of your time, or you just don't fully get it, or you're never really going to keep managing it and changing it every month and doing all that stuff and doing A/B testing, then I'm going to give you an opportunity at the end also to use us if that's something that you want to do, okay? Before we get started, I want to put up a quick poll. It's going to show up to your guys' right side over here. I'd like to know from you right off the bat here, where do your transactions currently come from? I'm interested to know where they actually come from right now, okay? Be as honest with me as you can. I can't see who's answering what, so don't worry about that. I'm going to check out the results of this as you guys are going here. And by the way, guys, I see a lot of you are posting on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these places. Snapchat, some of you just sent me some stuff about being on here and how excited you are. Thank you so much for tagging me on that. Let's involve as many people as we can, okay? Right now, it looks like number one is referrals. Big shock. Number one is referrals. Someone put what transactions? We've got prospecting, internet leads. But again, by and far, the number one thing that we're seeing right here is referrals. And that is not shocking, okay? I mean, that is the story of our industry. That is why you need to be on a call like today, okay? So right off the bat, guys, let me get into, I'm going to do a little screen share here. I'm going to make sure that you all can see me so that we're making sure this is working correctly, because whenever you're using technology, you just never know, okay? So let's start the slideshow. And I'm going to look back to Rachel to make sure we got slideshow up. Awesome, guys. So let's get right into this, okay? How to create leads on Facebook and Instagram. First off, there's a very important point that we need to understand, which is there's this misnomer that being the very best is what makes you the best. And, you know, we tell little Johnny this when he's a kid. And he's like, you got to be your very best. If you want to win, you've got to be the best. You've got to be this. And the truth is, success is not about being the best, okay? And I hate to break up some of the romantic ideas that so many of us have, but success is not about being the best. It's about having the most opportunities. This is one of my favorite slides. I mean, haven't you ever seen somebody who's in your area who you know is not better than you, that you know does not know real estate better, does not take care of their people better, it's not the best option in the area, and yet they sell more houses than you? You know, do you know anybody? I mean, you ever thought to yourself when that happens, like, were there buyers and sellers involved? Like, who's working with these people? Better yet, do you know anybody who's not really reaching their full potential, who knows they could be selling more houses, who knows, are they sitting in your seat right now, okay? And so success is not about being the best, it's about having the most opportunities. It's about being in front of the most people at the right time, the right people at the right time. This is one of my favorite slides to use, and I use it everywhere I go. And it's basically a top 10, basically postseason baseball history, top 10 hitting statistics. And what you notice about this screen here is whether it's hits, whether it's total bases, whether it's for an individual year, for a total career, whatever it is, in every single case, what do you notice? What you notice is that 5 or 6 of the options in every single one of them are Yankees, okay? And why are they Yankees? Are they because the Yankees are the best hitters in the world? Probably not. I'd like to believe that, but probably not. Chances are it's because the Yankees have had way more at-bats than everyone else, okay? So they have more hits because they have way more opportunities. What you also don't see here is that Derek Jeter, who's the top on a couple of these here and is listed in almost every single one, is also the postseason leader in strikeouts, meaning he's also failed more than anybody else because he's had way more at-bats. Your goal in your area, if you ultimately want to become a top producing agent, or you want to become a top producing team, or you want to have a team that does that, or you want to have a brokerage that does that, is ultimately you have got to start to lead your area in strikeouts. It's the only way you're going to do extremely well, okay? So let's take a look here what we know about today's consumer compared to yesterday's consumer, 10 years ago's consumer. Here's what we know. We know that the average consumer right now, 92 to 96% of them are starting their searches online. Whether they're looking to sell their home, whether they're looking to buy a home, 92 to 96% of them are starting where? Online. Just like so many of you, when you're booking your reservations online, when you're getting reviews online, when you're looking, whatever it is, you're doing everything online. Now, out of these 92 to 96% of people, how they differ from yesterday's consumer that was mainly a referral-based consumer, who was, hey, go use my brother, and then they list their house with you next week. These people are generally on a 12 to 18-month time frame, meaning that when they're going and looking online for an agent or talking to prospective agents, they're not a next week type of client. Some of them are a month, some of them are 3 months, some of them are 6 months, some of them are 12 months, and some of them are 18 months. But the idea that they're a bad lead because they didn't call you back or because they didn't contact you in the way they wanted is just nonsense. It really speaks to our follow-up systems and how poor so many of them are. I'm being kind by calling them follow-up systems because so many of us don't even have that. What else do we know? We know that 66% of sellers contact one agent before hiring one. Why? Because they don't like to go through the hassle of talking to many different people. They value their time in such a way that they don't want to have to interview 3 if they like the first one. We know that 70% of these people, by the way, who are looking online, 70% of them work with the first agent that they actually have a conversation with. So are you guys starting to put it together right now that really winning involves being in front of people first online, then being able to create a conversation so that we're the first agent they talk to, so that we're the one that they ultimately hire. We know that we are 100 times more likely to convert to work with someone when we call them within 5 minutes of them filling out a form and becoming a lead. Because ultimately, why is that happening? It's because their attention at that point is so great on whatever it is that you're offering, whether it's for a seller, or a buyer, whatever it may be. We also know that 95% of all leads convert on the 2nd through the 12th contact, okay? So let's look at what good marketing does. Many people think good marketing simply draws people to you. They think that's what great marketing is. And the truth is, good marketing does draw people to you. There's no doubt about that. That's not a lie. But the other thing that good marketing does is it actually repels the wrong people. You see, what I know about every single person listening to this right now, no matter where you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what color you are, no matter what religion you are, no matter anything at all, what I know about every single one of you is I know that every single one of you has 1,440 minutes in a day. I know that you have the exact same amount of time as the President of the United States, the guy that takes out his trash, that I do, that your mother does, that you do. Same exact time, no matter who you are. And so it's not enough for good marketing to draw people to you. We actually don't want the wrong people being drawn to us because they're going to use up a portion of those 1,440 minutes. So let's take a look at how this lead process works. How do we actually create leads on places like Facebook and Instagram and target them in a way that they're actually good marketing? Meaning that we're not only drawing the right people, but we are getting rid of or repelling the wrong people, okay? So the first thing we're gonna wanna do, and I'm gonna go through a step-by-step with these guys. I'm gonna do it quick right here, but then I'm gonna show you examples of them. And then I'm actually gonna go live to my screen and show you exactly how to do it. I'm basically gonna give you no excuse for not being able to figure out how this works or why it's important, okay? So our lead process that we use, that you need to be using, is first we create a stealth business page. And then we create off of that stealth business page, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. We create a targeted ad, meaning the ad is going to show up only to specific people that we want it to show up to. Off of that ad, we need them to be able to click on the ad and go to a place where there's a reasonable call to action. That's going to be called a landing page. And again, don't get lost in what I'm saying right now. I'm going to show you this, an example of each, and then I'm going to go live and show you exactly how it works. Off of that landing page, when someone goes to that landing page for a specific reason and they put in their information such as their address because they want a home value or something like that, what's going to happen is that that landing page is going to be connected to somebody's email, your email, or whoever it may be. And that lead is going to now be emailed to you, okay? If you're using our process and you're not doing it on your own, it's going to be stored in the back end, in the JJE back end where all of your leads are stored. So you can download them, add them to your CRM, whatever you want to do, okay? So the first step we just talked about is creating a stealth business page, okay? The reason why we call it a stealth business page, first off, let's understand that whenever you create an ad on Facebook and Instagram, it has to be created, it has to be connected to a business page. It cannot be connected to your personal profile. And let's understand the difference. I showed you guys in the beginning, I have a facebook.com/Jared James Enterprises, which is my fan page. That's the one that you can hit like, but you can't friend it. Okay, so you can like it to see what I'm doing, but I can't see back what you're doing. That's a fan page. That's a business page. Then there's a personal profile. The personal profile is your main one. That's the one where people have to friend you. You have to accept their friendship. Now they can see your stuff and you can see their stuff. That's a personal profile. All of these ads have got to be connected to a business page. So now the question becomes, and I'm going to show you how this is done, by the way. Do you connect it to your business page, meaning, you know, Joe Schmo Realtor or whatever it may be? Or do you connect it to what we call a stealth business page? Now, the reason we go stealth and we have something like this, which is Amherst Home Values or many others that we have as well, is because when you're creating an ad for someone to get what their home value may be or some other kind of call to action, if it's connected to your business page, it's not going to work as well. You know why? Because they're going to see you. And I don't mean any offense, but when they see you as a person and they don't quite know you yet, automatically they start thinking salesperson, and they start thinking, I don't want this person to follow up with me. I don't know this person. I'm not ready for that type of relationship. Very similar to when you go into a furniture store. And although you're in that furniture store for very specific reasons, and you went there for furniture, that furniture, a specific type of furniture, the moment you start walking down the aisle and within 10 seconds, some furniture sales lady or salesman says, can I help you? What do you always say in every single situation? You just said it in your head. No, thanks, I'm just looking. So the truth is, it's not that you're just looking or you don't have questions or you don't. It's that you're just not ready for that level of commitment yet. It's the exact same psychology that happens when people are looking at ads on Facebook and Instagram. And it's why we connect to things that are more generic, like Amherst home values. Because when they see a generic thing like Amherst home values, and they see an ad for get your home value now, they think, wow, it's just a nice little community local page that gives me home values. And they don't connect to a person who's going to follow up with them. The rates are much higher when you use a stealth page like this, opposed to when you create an actual business page with your face and your name and these kinds of things, okay? Now, when we create this stealth page, or you create this stealth page, and all you do is hit the right arrow on the top of Facebook and go to create a page, I'll show you that in a second, there doesn't need to be activity on that page, there doesn't need to be likes on that page, there doesn't need to be anything like that for it to be connected to a business, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a targeted ad. And again, I'm going to show you it like this, and then I'm going to go in live and actually show you how it works, okay? A targeted ad is an example of an ad like this, okay? Connected again to a stealth page, Strongsville Home Values, one of our clients. Find out how much a buyer would offer for your home. Find out what your home is worth. And there's a picture of what the actual landing page is going to look like. Looking to sell. Now, we put this on all of our ads, looking to sell, and many companies that do what we do, who offer seller leads on Facebook and Instagram, will not put that little line right there, looking to sell. And the reason they won't is because they'll say, well, you won't get as many leads. And in our mind, we don't want any leads coming through that we're paying for that aren't actually looking to sell. And by putting in something like find out what your house is worth, but not saying looking to sell, yes, you're going to get less leads, but you're going to get more qualified leads. Because just because somebody clicked on something and said they wanted their home value doesn't mean that they're actually looking to sell their home. Okay, just like somebody clicking and saying I want my credit score doesn't mean they want to buy a car. And so we want to be as specific as possible, because again, what does good marketing do? Good marketing not only attracts the right people, but it repels the wrong one. Okay, and so you'll notice here that our picture is almost exactly like, or it actually is exactly like, what our landing page looks like. Now, the landing page is where they go when they click on the ad, because when they click on the ad, they have to actually go somewhere, right? They have to be brought somewhere that actually matters to them, that is in correlation to whatever it was they were clicking on. They have to go somewhere. And the biggest difference between a landing page and a website is that a landing page is basically the only thing you can do there is whatever you went there for. If I go to your website, it says about, it says contact, it says team members, it says contact, it says all these different things. There's all this confusion, all these things. But when I click on an ad that looks exactly like the landing page, and when I go to the landing page, it's the exact same thing that I clicked on, and there's congruency between it. It's like, all right, this is exactly what I was looking for. The stats tell us that the number of people who respond is much higher than if we were using something else that didn't look exactly the same. And now this is what we call step one in the process. And a landing page, just so some of you know, is just a one-page website where we actually connect a domain, where it might be, you know, whatever, homevalues.com. We also put, because some of you are worried about being compliant, in the bottom left, we always have the name of the brokerage, who you're licensed by, the state, all the things to make you completely in compliance. But nobody ever looks at the bottom left and sees that, but you're still compliant. But now, again, it looks like whatever, homevalues.com, it looks like they're just showing up there from a nice little local place that gives them a home value. Okay, and so it says find out what my home is worth, and this is what's called step one. It's the easiest part of the process, where they're going to put in right now, very simply, their address. Okay, and again, that's simply step one. When they put in their address, that information is now going to be sent to you. It's what's called a partial lead. Okay, whether they fill out what this next step, which is called step two, or not, that partial lead is still given to you. And partial leads are good because you know that there's somebody at that location that you're going to want to follow up with, that you know potentially wants to sell sometime in the near future. But they're also a little bit more difficult when they're partial because it's more difficult to find them. You've got to either buy a system that will upgrade the information and give you cell phones, emails, all that stuff, or you have to just use mailing and send things to them, or you've got to show up at their doorstep and you've got to do those kinds of things. But regardless, after they fill out step one with simply their address, they're brought to the next step. And the next step just says, you're almost here, right? And now that they've filled out step one, they're more likely to fill out step two because they've already committed on a small level. And now it's asking them, now that it has their address, what's your name, what's your email, what's your phone number, what's the condition of your home. Now, if they fill this information out, this information, again, is connected to a landing page with an email that sends you the information and completes the lead. If they don't fill this information out, you still have what's called the partial lead, which is just their address, okay? Now, I'd like to know, and I'm going to go through this with you guys right now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works, okay? So you're going to see, how do we create the ad? How do we create the page? I just wanted to kind of give you the steps a little bit. But before I do that, I want to see from many of you right now, how much right now, and again, be honest with me because, you know, I can't see who you are or anything like that. How much right now, look on the right-hand side there, are you guys currently budgeting for marketing? I'd love to see that. Go ahead. Fill it out. I'm taking a look at the what you guys got here. Okay. Less than 250, da, da, da. It's funny because it's like people are either less than 250 or they're $1,000 and up. There's almost like no in between. It's a very small percentage of people who are in between those two options, okay? And again, which is crazy because to make money in this industry, you really have to spend money. You just have to spend it correctly. We teach in our coaching all the time that a third of your revenue should go towards your personal bank account, a third of your revenue should go towards your tax account, and a third of your revenue should go back into expenses for your business that create additional business. That's what the top people we coach, we actually see them doing, okay? So it's interesting. A lot of you are 1,000 and up, about the same or a little bit less or less than 250, and then I've got a little bit of a conglomerate in between there, okay? Now, let's take a look at how this actually works. So Rachel, I'm gonna have you show me when you can actually see my Facebook profile. Give me a thumbs up when you can see it. Rachel, you can see the Facebook? Awesome. So you guys are seeing this. This is, by the way, my personal profile, okay? Not the business one. So let's take a look real quick. I said that everything's got to be connected to a business page. So let's go in here. Let's go to my fan page. These are, by the way, when you type in Jared James, there's Jared James Coaching. There's Jared James, the fan page, okay? So that's different than my personal profile you can subscribe to. When you go to the fan page, you can come on here and click like, okay? Now, on this one here is where you have to actually connect ads to. So let's go on this right-hand side right here, and we can do a couple different things, okay? We can create a page. That's how you create a new business page, like a stealth page. But I already have one. We're just gonna use, there's Milford Home Values. There's many different ones. Right now, let's just go and show you how to actually create an ad, okay? So let's go to create an ad. It's going to ask you right now what kind of ad you want to create. And this particular one right here, and by the way, guys, I'm going to show you two different ways to create leads today, okay? But this particular one right here, we're going to do send people to a website. Because remember, that website is going to be the one-page landing page. For any of you that are looking to do this on your own and you don't know how to do a landing page or you don't have access to a landing page, if you go to, and Rachel, make sure you put this up for them. If you go to www.listingstoleads, that's T-O, listingstoleads.com/Jared James, you can get a free month with their service. I think it's like $30 a month after that. But part of their service is that they will give you access to landing pages, okay, if you want to do that one on your own, okay? It looks like Rachel just put that one up, okay, in the chat. So we're going to say send people to a website. Again, what we do for people is we actually set up for you a landing page. We connect the domain we want to create for you. To make things easy right now, I'm literally just going to put in my website. But again, keep in mind this is not what you would be doing if you were putting together a seller valuation landing page, okay? But it's any website you put in, depending on what you've connected it to. I'm just going to put this one, okay? So I would do that, and now it's going to say set the audience and budget. Brings me to the next page, okay? And I can either have a custom audience, which that's a thing for another day. We don't need to do that now. But for today's purposes, we're just going to kind of hit some local areas. So let's say that I wanted 2 zip codes, and I wanted 06460, which is Milford, and I wanted 06461, which is another Milford. So I wanted 2 zip codes, okay? What I can do now is I can take those 2 zip codes, I can break them down by age, I can break them down by gender. There's many different things I can do here. I'm gonna add another one too, just for fun to hit another area, that's near me. And now I can do my more detailed targeting, okay? So I can go by demographics, I can go by interests, I can go by behaviors, I can go by people who like Zillow, you know, so we know that they're searching that. There's a lot of different things we can do here, but I'm gonna go to demographics, and I'm gonna go to home, and I'm gonna go to home ownership. And because I'm doing a home valuation page, I'm gonna say that I only want homeowners, okay? And now it's telling me that I have 36,000 people I can target that are in these zip codes who are homeowners, okay? So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna set my daily budget. I recommend you never go less than $5 a day on your daily budget, especially with the way that Facebook has changed their algorithm, where if you're under $5 a day, they no longer do a pay-per-click, they then do an impressions. You're paying for impressions, which is, you're never gonna get the same response, and that's anytime you're under $5 a day, okay? So I'm gonna put in here that I wanna spend $10 a day, which means I'm gonna spend $300 a month towards my ads, not including if I'm paying a company to do it for me, but this is just my ads, okay? I want my ad to run continuously starting today. I want it to go off of a link clicks to your website, meaning I'm gonna pay per click, which is what I want. I wanna guarantee that people are gonna go to my landing page, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create an ad, okay? And so I'm gonna do a single image ad, because you can have multiple images if you want, but I'm gonna go and I am going to add a picture right here. So let's upload an image. Let's go pictures, let's go Google, and let's go house. I just took a random house, okay? I'm gonna upload this picture, which is now gonna become a part of our ad. It's gonna ask me what page I wanna connect to. I wanna connect to Milford Home Values, okay? That way, you know, that's the one that shows up. See, now no longer does it say my name. It's a generic local place that gives home values in the area, okay? Now, here's a new thing in Facebook that a lot of us aren't using right now, which is it now gives you the option, because Facebook bought Instagram, to actually do this ad on Instagram as well. And so it's gonna ask you, do you wanna use, you know, which Instagram account do you wanna use? Now, usually when I had Jared James up here, it would have my Jared James Instagram account. Let's see if it switches back over when I do that. So I'll go Jared James. Yep, now it's connected to, I'm on Instagram at Jared James Today. And so now it's gonna connect directly to that Instagram account. And now it wants me to create the ad. So what's the headline? I'm gonna put, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head, guys. Looking to sell, right? There's a nice little headline. And then I'm gonna put, get your instant home value now, or get the value of your, whatever happened to get the value of your home now, or something like that. This is what's going to show up. Keep in mind, it has nothing to do with who likes your page, who knows you, who doesn't. It's only going to show up in the news feed of people who are homeowners in that zip code. The way that Facebook and Instagram work, you don't pay a dime unless people actually click on it, which is pretty amazing, okay? So if they don't click, you don't pay a dime. So you better believe Facebook's going to put it there. And again, it's not a matter of whether you use Facebook or not. It's a matter of whether other people do, which we know they do. I'm gonna add this learn more button, so that's on top of there. And it's gonna show you, okay, there's my desktop, what it's gonna look like on people's computer. Here's what it's gonna look like on their mobile. Here's what it's gonna look like in their right column. Here's what it's gonna look like on Instagram. It's showing you all of these things. And then all you have to do, place order. Like literally that's it. Now where the real secret sauce comes in, so to say, is with the idea that, and I'm gonna get off of that, guys, so you don't have to see that anymore. The secret sauce is the idea that it's not enough to create it one time. There's a lot of management that goes on, right? You've got to change the colors, you've got to change the pictures constantly, you've got to change the wording, because if it stays in front of the same people for too long, it's ultimately gonna get old, and no one's gonna care about it, nobody's gonna click on it, and you're gonna start off with a good result and then ultimately not have that many results going forward, because people are gonna get tired of it. It's like a billboard that stays up forever. It's gotta be new, it's gotta be fresh, it's gotta look new. It's why people refresh their commercials, why magazines don't just put out one for the year, they're constantly changing them. It's the same exact thing. That's really where the real work comes in terms of how this works, okay? So the other thing that I wanna show you guys here, and I'm gonna do another share here, is when you're creating these leads and they're connecting to landing pages. Like I said, it's the best ROI that there is on the market right now. If you're not doing this right now and you're in real estate, I don't know how much longer you're going to be in real estate, or if you are in real estate for a while and you're working off a book of business, the real point that you're missing is that you're not hitting your full potential. You're not getting in front of everybody that you could have. You're not getting enough no's. You're not getting in front of people who don't know you so that you can ultimately start to convert even more and create more sales and have more sellers working with you, because now you have more opportunities. And that's really what bothers me, is that so many people aren't getting that opportunity. I had a guy tell me recently, oh, I have a 95% closing rate on my listing appointments. And I'm sitting there going, that's terrible. That means you're only meeting with people you know, which is not a great idea. You really want to have a lower closing rate because you're meeting with people who don't know you and it's more difficult. Derek Jeter leading in strikeouts, right? But he also leads in home runs and hits and all the runs and all these other things. You've got to have more strikeouts if you want to win, okay? So here's the other thing that's kind of cool. If you're not doing it yourself and you really want us to do it, I'm going to switch back over to the slides here. Let me know when you guys see it. I'll look for you, Rachel, to give me a thumbs up. Working? All right, awesome. As you can see, guys, it's not just about creating leads, but it's also about converting leads. And this is where a lot of people fail. For the people that use us to create these leads that we do, we literally do everything for you. We create the stealth page, we create the ads, we create the landing page, we store the leads for you, we have them sent to you automatically, we have automatic follow-up that happens with it, all of this kind of stuff that happens. For the people that do it, the biggest issue is converting those leads. And one of the things we've done is, look, we have this marketing department because I'm an entrepreneur at heart, but I'm also a coach. And we have one of the largest coaching departments in all of North America with the number of students that we have. And so the advantage is everybody who's in our marketing side also gets access to our marketing dashboard. Where on our marketing dashboard, we give you a bunch of training videos on exactly what needs to be done to convert leads. We give you the template so you know exactly what you should be using to convert leads, whether they're a partial lead, whether they're a full lead, whatever it happens to be. That's an advantage of working with us. Now, another thing that we do that's super cool that a lot of other places have not caught on to yet is that we found that, yes, you can close partial leads, but it's significantly more difficult than being able to close somebody when you have full information. I like to say that the easier people are to get a hold of, the harder people are to get a hold of, the easier they are to close. And so if everybody else, if they're filling on these online forms, they're getting partial information with only their address, but you have their names, their emails, their cell phones, what they owe on the property, all of this kind of stuff, then you have the advantage. And so we actually worked with the developer to create a lead converter upgrade where basically 65 to 75% of the partial leads that come in that only give their address when you work with us and we do it for you and we're sending you leads on a regular basis, when you have the lead converter upgrade, 65 to 75% of them are automatically upgraded. So even though they only put in their address, it's going to come over to you with their names, their emails, their cell phones, how much they owe on the property, who else lives in the house, all of these kinds of things. I always say if you want to catch more fish, you ultimately have to fish in a different part of the pond. And so that's something we offer to you that you can't get on your own. I never like to talk about these things, guys, whether you use us or you use someone else or you do it on your own, without showing you some real world results, okay? So here's some recent stats literally from the last week from some of the clients we work with. And the reason why you're seeing step 1, step 2 is because there's the step 1 landing page where they only put in their address. And then there's the step 2 where they put in their additional information, okay? And some do and some don't. But you can see on this guy, here's a client we have in Ireland, for example, who we drove 2,635 people to his landing page, and 1,769 of those people, 67%, put in their address, which is a crazy percentage of people. Out of those 67%, 25% of them filled out the second form as well, where they had their full information put in, not just partial, which is crucial, especially for someone in Ireland, because we don't have the lead converter upgrade right now in Ireland. We only have it in the US. These other two are people actually from the US. This one right here, home valuation step 1, we drove 166 people to their landing page off of an ad we created. 52 of those converted into partial leads. Out of those 52, 13 of them gave additional information, almost 25%. Another one here, 228 people were added, driven to their landing page, and 145 of those people filled out the first step in the process, a 63% rate. Out of those 145, 39 of them filled out the second page. Now, what you're noticing about this right now is that every area is different. Some have 25% rates, some have 60% rates, some have 15%, some have 30%, some have 40%. Every area is different. But more importantly, what I really want you focusing on right now is what would your business look like if on a regular basis, your database was constantly being filled with people who filled out a looking to sell ad. I mean, that's pretty powerful. If your pipeline was not always dependent on your phone ringing and somebody saying, hey, my brother's looking to sell. Hey, we're thinking about selling our house. Hey, we're thinking about buying. Can you send us some investment properties? What if, in addition to those kinds of things that already happen, what if on a daily basis you were getting leads coming in of people, again, who clicked on an ad that said looking to sell, and only people who clicked on an ad saying looking to sell? It's a powerful concept that, again, if you're in real estate today, you have got to take advantage of, whether you do it yourself. I kind of showed you that. I'm going to show you another way in a second here as well. Or you just say, look, go do it for me. I know I've got to invest in my business. You take care of it for me. Okay. Here's a couple of guys of our current clients. Kelly Weber's a marketing client. She's also a one-on-one student of ours. She wrote us an email recently and said, and this was, by the way, after she had gotten the upgrade tool for her marketing program. She said, we almost can't keep up with the leads we're getting from this program. Out of 25 in the last week, I would say 22 of them were full leads with phone numbers, addresses, etc., due to the new lead converter. It's amazing how quickly the information is given to us. 2 listing appointments already, 5 more to follow up on tomorrow. If you're not using this tool, you're crazy. I think she budgets like $5 a day for her ads and such, and then she pays another $89 a month for the lead converter upgrade, but it's a value to her. Here's another one from somebody out of New Hampshire. It's only been 1 week, and I already have 14 leads and just set up my first listing appointment from one of the leads. Thanks, guys. I mean, guys, that's pretty amazing, okay? So I want to tell you guys again, I'm going to tell you what it costs to do it with us, and then stick on because I'm actually going to go over another way that you could be leveraging to create leads, more so buyer leads on Facebook and Instagram. That can be a very effective way also to create leads. So stick with me on this, okay? But by the way, if you're watching this and you're saying to yourself, look, I just want you guys to do it. I understand I keep hearing about this, but I know that I ultimately need to just do it. I said to a group recently, I said, look, guys, someday is not a day in the week. At some point, you've got to take your business serious, and you've got to say, look, it's time for me to start to set up a pipeline, start getting leads created on a regular basis, having people to follow up with on a regular basis so that I can make this a career, or it's already a career for me, but I know that this is a line in the water that I need to extend. This is a source of business that I'm not leveraging to its highest potential. Here's how our pricing works. Now, I told you before that you can budget whatever you want for the ads that you want to run on Facebook or Instagram. I recommend a minimum of $5 a day, but we have people running $7, $10, $30 a day when they have large teams and otherwise. It's really up to you, and what's really cool about digital is that we can change it throughout the month based on where you are, based on the response. We had a guy 2 weeks ago that asked us to pause his campaign so he could catch up with his leads because he was getting too many. That happens as well. We can pause it, okay? But how it works is if you want us to create them in your area and literally do everything for you, create the stealth page, create the landing page, create the ad, have the leads sent, like literally all you do is get the leads and deal with them. One zip code for our cost is $99 a month, okay? And by the way, we do not require a long-term contract. We go month to month. So if the job's not getting done, you can move on. For our cost, it's $99 a month plus whatever you decide to budget for your Facebook and Instagram ads. $5 a day, $7 a day, $10, whatever it happens to be. If you want 2 zip codes in your area, which a lot of times I recommend, it's $189 a month for our cost plus whatever you budget for your ads, okay? And the ROI on that, guys, is ridiculous. If you were spending $300 a month, $400 a month, whatever it may be, and you create an extra 10 transactions, what's the ROI on that? Okay, not to mention the listings you have up now that draw buyers to you. After 2 zip codes, it's $50 for every additional zip code, okay? Unless you're doing a ton of zip codes, and then we just kind of, get together and create some kind of custom pricing for you. So if you want that, when you sign up, just when you talk to one of our representatives, we'll give you a special price. If you want the upgrade in addition to your zip codes and you don't want to take the chance of too many partial leads, the upgrade is $89 a month. And by the way, what's really cool about that upgrade page is that if you get the upgrade, not only will it start upgrading your current leads, but you can take leads from other sources. You can take past leads that you have that were partial, and you can go to your landing page and start plugging them in manually and have them converted to full. It's a super cool feature. It's a higher level feature that many of you need to start taking advantage of. If you're in zip codes and you want to know, because we only allow 3 per zip code, depending on the size of them, but you want exclusive pricing, meaning you don't want anybody else in there, when you do your consult, just ask them and they'll tell you what exclusive is going to cost for your area. And again, all of this pricing is plus whatever budget you decide to put on a daily basis, okay? Now, the special offer for today, before, again, guys, stick on here because I'm going to show you another way to create leads too that any one of you can do that really leverages more buyer leads and leverages your own personal, your actual business page. The first 50 people that sign up today, and I'm going to take this off of here so you guys can actually see me. I hate not being able to see you guys. But the first 50 people that sign up today, you're not going to have the normal setup fee. What you're going to have is you're going to have the $29 setup fee, okay? And I'm putting this on your right side right now. So for the first 50 people, you're going to get a $29 setup fee. So for $29, we're going to create everything. We're going to create the landing pages. We're going to pay for the domains and connect them to the landing pages. We're going to create the stealth business page. We're going to do everything. Create your JJE backend account where your leads are stored. You're going to have access to the market, everything. $29 startup fee. What's going to happen is, though, for the first 50 of you, in addition to only having a $29, if you click on the link to the right there, and Rachel, that's working, right? To the right? Yep, I just saw some sales, so yes. What's going to happen is that in addition to only having a $29 setup fee, what's also going to happen is that in last year or the year before, we did in Las Vegas our 2014 Jared James annual advance, where it's about 10 hours of content where I went over everything to do with your real estate business from a systems perspective, from a processes perspective, from how to close internet leads, from what needs to happen on a daily basis, from the blueprint, from all of that stuff. It's on our site, I think, for $199 or $249. For the first 50, only the first 50 that sign up, you are going to get a link once you're launched with access to, with the password of everything you need to get all of that 10 hours of content for 100% free just for being a part of the program, even if you cancel after a month. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So that's kind of cool, okay? What kind of questions, because I'm going to show you guys another thing here that we can do, but I want to make sure that I'm answering the questions that are coming from you guys as well. Yes, okay. So what happens is, and it looks like this is going down pretty quick, which is really cool. Once you pay for that setup fee, you're going to have an email, you're going to have a page you go to where you fill out a little bit more information. You can either contact us, there's a number there, or my office will contact you, one of the representatives. You want to set up a consult with them right away where they're going to take some information from you. They're going to figure out the zip code you want and give you pricing for that. You're going to decide whether you want the upgrade or not. They're basically going to do the full consult based on the pricing that I already showed you guys, the area that you want, all of that kind of stuff, and they're going to get you launched. Okay. They'll go over what the budget is and you know what the difference is with the different budgets. You know how it works. They're going to go through everything with you, but you've got to pay the $29 setup fee and then get on with them ASAP. Whether you call us or you wait for them to contact you, either way, you know, they'll get the additional information they need. They'll figure out how many zip codes you want. And literally, I mean, within a very short amount of time, they're going to start having seller leads sent to you. And I can't stress this enough, guys. The day that you realize how possible it is for you to have control over the number of leads and the types of leads that are coming in for your real estate business is the day that your business changes. And I sincerely mean that, okay? Because too many of us are running businesses like it's 1995 and we're still just waiting for that phone to ring, and it just doesn't work that way anymore. Yes, that stuff's great. That stuff's bonus. It's a source of business that is there, no doubt about it. But if you really want to go to the next level, if you want to get to the point where you have a saleable business, if you want to get to the point where you're able to start saving and you're able to start doing the things you want, you have to start now creating the pipelines that are going to do that for you. I want to get into chat here and see what kind of questions. So it depends on, okay, Maria, great question. If I'm not one of the first 50, the $29 setup fee, what does it change to? It really depends on what your setup is going to be. For a normal account, I'd have to check with my office, but I think it's like 49 or 59 or something like that. It's somewhere in there. I forget exactly what it is, but it's something like that. The big advantage as well, though, is not just the money you're saving there, but also the fact that you're going to get that 2014 advance, the videos. And by the way, it's video, it's not just audio, of me on the stage and others on the stage that are giving you all that 10 hours of content, which literally have the ability to change your business, okay? Guys, stick on here because I'm going to show you another way to create business too. I just want to, okay, Diane, if you're getting your license soon, it's worth it if you're going to take those leads and start putting them into a database or something like that. Okay, I did my first ad last week, got several likes on it. How do I follow up with these types of leads? Message them. Michelle, yes, but I think you're talking about promoting off your post, which I'm about to talk about. It's a completely different thing, okay? But when you get a like on a page or something and you want to follow up, that's more so on a promoted post on your business page, which I'm going to cover in a second. And yes, I would message them. And if you have no mutual friends, it's going to give you the option to spend $1 and guarantee you go into their inbox, okay? What are the conversion rates of the metrics for this? Okay, so Frank, every area is different, okay? You know, the lowest we usually see when it's working is between 20 and 25%, somewhere in there. The highest is 60 to 70%, but usually somewhere in there. You know, generally speaking, your price per click to get people to your landing page is going to be somewhere between $0.30 and $1.30, depending on your area, depending on what your budget is that you're working with. And so if you were to put like a $5 a day budget on there, you can probably assume that you're going to get somewhere around, depending again on your area, somewhere around 17, let's say 4 to 17 clicks, depending on your area. And then you're going to want somewhere between a 25 and 50% rate of those people to actually become a lead, which means in your case, you'd have 1 to 4 leads happening every single day. But again, every area is different. And what we do is we test and we see what works and we change because every area is different. It's one of the advantages of working with our marketing department is we have people who are constantly monitoring it. And they're noticing when after a month it's starting to dip and they need to change the ad and change the colors and change the pictures. That's all part of it, okay? Looks like we have a few left, and then I'm going to move forward to the next thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. We have 7 left. So 7 more people, if you want to take advantage of that, go for it. Let me see what other kind of questions I have here. It says, so $29 setup, startup, and then every time someone clicks on whether you get the lead or not, pay for the clicks. Yes. So in this world, you pay for number of clicks, and then the idea is to have a landing page that converts. Like I told you, ours convert, depending on the area, somewhere between 25 and 65% of the time, okay? So if you were converting at a 25% rate, that means you need 4 clicks for 1 lead, which is great, by the way. That's fantastic as far as ROI. What if we don't have a Facebook business page yet? Andrew, it doesn't matter. That's part of the setup, is that we take care of all that for you. We're going to talk to you. We're going to get the information we need from you, and then we're going to set everything up for you, okay? I'm going to give this 2 more minutes, guys, before I'm going to move on to the next thing I'm going to show you. By the way, guys, the next thing's only going to take me like 10 minutes, okay, to show you, so stick around for that. Yes, if you don't have a business page, absolutely, we still do it for you. If you don't use Facebook, it doesn't matter. Guys, again, that's why if you are watching this and you're like, I know how to do that, I can do that, go do it. If you're completely tech savvy and you have a ton of extra time, go for it. I even say people who are tech savvy, they still shouldn't be doing it themselves. You should be out selling houses, let us do it. But if you have a ton of extra time and you're tech savvy, go set it up. If you don't, that's why we're doing this. We can do it for you. Pay the $29 setup fee, get on the console with us. We'll tell you how many zip codes, you tell us how many zip codes you want. We'll tell you whether it's gonna be $99 a month, $189 a month, whatever it is, plus whatever you know, your daily budget is, and we'll get you going immediately, okay? What kind of commitment? Guys, we only do monthly commitments. We don't do long-term contracts. If it's not working for you, that's it. It doesn't matter. You know, we don't make you commit long-term. Every once in a while, we give people the option if they want to pay for 6 months up front, we'll give them a month free. But that's the only commitment we ever give people is that kind of option. Yeah, Maria, I'm very interested in the promotion. Yes, I need a consult. I have an appointment at 3:30. Can we arrange a time? Yes, Maria, pay the $29 fee. If you pay the $29 setup fee and you don't end up signing up, we will refund you the $29. But right now, all you're doing is you're paying the $29 setup fee, and then you're going into a consult where we're going through everything with you and making sure that your zip codes are open and all that kind of stuff, okay? Yes, we'll make sure a replay is sent to you, Ryan, for that kind of stuff. If you were registered here, I'll make sure one is sent out. If you choose one thing, either one-to-one coaching or this program, which one would you choose? Danielle, you're killing me. Danielle, if I had to choose between this and one-on-one coaching, quite honestly, I'd go one-on-one right now because we can build up so many areas of your business. But I will tell you at some point, we're going to want you doing this as well. And part of your one-on-one is going to be the training to make sure that you know how to convert and you're using it correctly. One-on-one coaching, our one-on-one coaching is fabulous, okay? And then we just added a ton of new things. So absolutely. If you want to do a consult, let me know. Email Rachel or our company and we'll set up a consult with you. You mentioned Snapchat. Frank, I'm huge on Snapchat right now. I think it's going to be humongous among the 15 to 60 bracket, and especially among people that are buying and selling houses and everything else. If you're on there, follow me at Jared James Today, or just go to my Facebook profile from your app and take a picture of it, okay? Yeah, works in Canada as well, Ryan, absolutely, okay? Will you send a receipt? Larry, absolutely. Frank, how much is one-on-one? One-on-one starts at $4.99 a month and then goes up from there depending on how many calls you want and what kind of one-on-one you go with, okay? So I'm gonna move on, guys. If you wanna take advantage of that, click on the offer, take advantage of it. I'm gonna show you another thing you can do now, okay? So let's move on. I'm trying to give you guys as much time as you possibly can, okay? So next program I want you to know about, let me jump over here. And then guys, I'll be jumping back in the chat. And like I said over and over, I will spend as much time with you as you want me to spend. Another thing that we're able to do, now this one, by the way, I want to make this very clear, is actually a better way to create buyer leads. What I just showed you was seller leads. I think both programs are extremely valuable. This one in particular is actually going to be connected to your business page, not to a stealth page. So don't get them confused. This one, unlike the last one where we're actually creating an ad and having a stealth business page that's showing up in front of people and that kind of thing, this one's gonna actually be done off of your business page. And if you don't have one, we create one for you. And I'm talking about Joe Schmo Realty, where you're the local realtor, whatever it happens to be, because this particular way of creating buyer leads is going to be connected to your listings, okay? And so here's how this one works. What you can do, and I'll show you again how to do this, is that you can actually take your listings, go to your business page, post them like a normal status update, and then you have the ability to go and boost them to an area, okay? So you can actually go and take them and have them promoted to people who don't even know you, who don't follow you, who don't like you, who don't anything, but we can again make that boost and make this post show up in front of people who we know are buyers, we know are currently buying, you know, again, and you only pay when they actually engage. And we can do this for open houses. Here's an example of an open house that we do for some clients that you can do as well, where it, you know, this is like the digital Sunday paper. People think open houses don't work because they're doing it the wrong way. People don't look in Sunday papers anymore. And so you can do something like this, where we actually, this is something we did for one of our clients, where we create an open house ad, we give them information, we get them to contact us or comment below. So we start hearing from people and engaging with potential buyers. Now, what do you notice about this boosted post that we're doing? What you'll notice is that it does not have the address. It does not have the price. And some people look at that and they go, what are you, nuts? Why is that not on there? Because it gives them a reason not to contact you. I'd rather they look at the post and go, shoot, there's an open house this Sunday, I'd love to see it, but I don't know if it's in my price range or if it's in the area I'm looking at, and have them have to call you, and then they call you and you say, oh, it's this much, and they go, oh, that's out of my price range. But now you're talking to a potential buyer who may not be interested in that property, but is interested. When you put the address or you put the price, you give them a reason to disqualify themselves because it's not in their range, it's not where they're looking, without ever contacting you, which means you don't even have a chance, okay? We also, within the listings package here, we promote and we do just listed. So if you just listed a property, instead of just sending out postcards, which are great, here's another way to do it. We can promote it to the area, again, only to buyers in the area, first-time home buyers in the area. And I'm gonna show you again how this actually works, okay? Again, no price, no address. They need to contact you. They need to comment below. They need to send you a message. They need to call you. They need to email you. All day, every day, you are hearing from potential buyers. We can do this for coming soon ads. We can do this, you know, when you have a listing coming on, you're going, hey, we're trying to figure out how to price this. Contact me and let me know what you think. Or this one's coming on soon. You know, see it before the general public has a chance and an offer's already taken. We can do those kinds of things with them. The way we do this with clients, if you don't want to do it yourself, and I'm going to show you how to do it yourself in a second if you want to, is the clients that work with us, they have a submissions page. They go to jaredjamestoday.com/submissions. And just like you used to call the person at the local paper and give them all the information and the pictures for what you wanted to do and where you wanted to show up and what kind of an ad it was, you literally log onto our site and you put in all the information that we need so that our department gets it, and we go and we do this for you. You tell us what your budget is, you tell us everything, and we just go create everything for you, and all you do is deal with the leads. But you got to make sure you have your notifications on, by the way, for that to work. Now, before I even get into that, I wasn't going to do this, but I want to actually show you guys again how that works, okay? So let's take a look here, and I am going to show you guys how that works, the listings promotion, so that you guys can see how you can start getting buyer leads off of something like that, okay? So here we are. We're jumping over to this. Let's just say that this was my real estate site right here, or my real estate business page, like you would be posting your listings or whatever it may be. And so here I would put, and I'm just putting this for them so that nobody who sees this, the 12,000 plus people, think that I'm writing this. This is just a test. Please don't respond. Showing something for a webinar. And then I want to attach a picture. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go Google, and I'm again going to put that house up. But this is where, again, I would have my post and I would say open house, come check out, blah, 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 whatever, okay? And then I post that. After I post that, I'm going to do exactly what I did before. But again, this is actually connected to my actual business page, and I'm going for buyers. And I'm going to go up here, and I love it. People are writing, this is a game changer. Just like I did before, I'm going to go to create ads. But again, if you're not going to remember all this, this is another thing we do for people all the time. Instead of send people to a website with the generic page trying to create seller leads, I'm now going to go and boost my post. And it's going to say, which page are you trying to look for? It's going to go look up that page I just put that post up with. And it's going to look up all the different things that I've done there recently, all the posts that I have. And I'm going to grab the most recent one once it comes up here. There it is. This is just a test. There it is. I'm going to post now. I'm going to make that, set audience and budget. And I'm going to say, okay, I want this to hit all of Milford and we'll say Orange, Connecticut. That's the area I want to go in, okay? Plus 25 miles. I can do minus. I can, within 10 miles, whatever. I'm going to say plus 25 miles a piece, because a buyer could be looking within that area who's looking in that town. And I want people who, let's go demographics in that particular area. Let's go home. Let's go home ownership. Let's go first-time home buyer. Let's go renters, because they might be looking to buy. Let's go, there's many different things. I can go Zillow right now. Let's just take those two. They're telling me there's 140,000 people that meet that criteria who are looking for homes right now. And now I'm going to set my budget, and I'm going to say that I actually want this to run for the next week. And I'm going to put a total budget on it of $50. Okay? It's going to run for the next week for $50. I want post engagement. And I'm going to hit choose ad creative. This is what it's going to look like in the desktop, where it's going to say open house, blah, blah, blah. Again, it's going to show up to only these people, not the people who have liked your page, not the people that have anything, people who are buyers in the area, renters in the area who may be looking to buy. It's going to show up in their mobile, show up whatever, and I'm going to place the order. Literally, guys, it is that simple. Like, that's the kind of stuff we do for people on a regular basis when we're trying to attract buyers. Remember, the first thing we did, that package, was for sellers. Generic landing page. It's a lot more of a difficult process. This is one we do with a submissions page, where we just take your current listings and we say, hey, based on these current listings right here, you submit every week or once every month or twice a month or 3 times a week or whatever your thing happens to be, and you let us know what kind of ad you want us to run. Coming soon, just listed, open house, whatever it happens to be. We can do a myriad of different things. Now, if you are interested in us doing that for you, let me go back to this over here. Here's how this works. It's called the listings package. If you have 5 or less posts that you want us to do, not listings, number of posts that you want us to do. So let's say you have 1 listing and you want us to do a just listed, you want us to do, just went under contract, you want us to do coming soon, you want us to do open house this Sunday. That's 4 different posts. You would be in this first category, $99 a month. If you have up to 10 posts, it's $189 a month. If you have up to 20, 50, the prices go down according to where you are, okay? So if you're a brokerage, if you're a team, if you're an individual, it changes. A lot of people start on the lower one and then find they want to move up as time goes along. Now, keep in mind that this right here is not including your budget. So that's what you're going to pay us to do it for you, our team to do for you. But if you want, to put a $25 budget on an open house, a $100 budget on an open house, a $150 budget on a just listed, or whatever it happens to be, then that in particular is something that you would do in addition. We would have access to because we're admins on that Facebook page, but it's in addition to that fee that you just saw for us, okay? Now, if you are interested in that particular package, here's what I need you to do. I'm going to put it up right now. Again, it's usually $99 a month or $189, $299, $380, depending on which one you're doing. For those of you that are interested in this, if you fill it out right now to the right, it's the first month is only going to be $74. Okay, so we're giving you like a special deal that literally we don't offer anywhere else. Okay, and keep in mind, this listings package is almost like a gym membership. The moment you sign up for this, you are now active in it. We're going to want to talk to you because we need access to your stuff on Facebook. We might need to create some Facebook stuff for you if you're not using it right now. But this is called operating in a 2016 world. This is how many agents are taking over. They are making money hand over fist because they are playing to the fact that you're not doing this stuff. And so many of you, if you know how to do this, go do it. If you don't, or it's not the best use of your time, pay us to do it for you, and we can start getting the results that you should be getting in a 21st century world. So for those of you right now that take advantage of it right now, for the first 30, click over to the right there. You'll see it, the offer. It is right now only $74, okay? Now, I wanted to show you guys really quickly here. Let me pull this up here. By the way, guys, I love the interaction to be able to show this back and forth with you guys, which, in old days you couldn't do that. Here's an example of one of our clients from right now that's using this listings package and having her actual listings promoted, not just having seller leads created, but now she's going after buyers by having her listings created, promoted, which is in essence saying, hey, if you want to catch the mice, you have to have the cheese. Your listings are the cheese. And so she wrote us something and she said, talk about it. And by the way, she had never done this kind of stuff. It was completely foreign to her. And she's like, what is this stuff? This is crazy. But she gave it a try. And she said, talk about a successful marketing tool. The first day I received a call from a woman who wants to sell her house and downsize into a condo. She called because she said she wanted an aggressive realtor and my ad impressed her. I have a listing appointment set for this. She wasn't even going after listings. She got a listing appointment. I also received a text from a woman that I'm showing the house to later today. So she got a buyer for that property the exact same day. Let Jared know I am so happy. I can now say that I am truly differentiating myself from other realtors. All I can say is wow. Now, what's important about this, guys? The first thing that I showed you today was that listings package, okay? And not listings, was the Marketing Pro where we create seller leads for you. It's what needs to happen in order for you to have a constant flow of business coming in, to have a constant flow, a constant pipeline. This next thing that I just showed you is more something how you actually leverage your existing listings that you have. And more importantly, what it does for you is it not only separates you as somebody, as Melinda said, that differentiates you among your marketplace, but when you're going in for listing presentations, instead of just trying to act like you're different and saying, oh, I worked really hard, I'm going to show you these 100 different sites that we're going to send to, which is all bull crap, guys. You've never even heard of 95 of those sites, okay? You're basically letting sellers know that you're not going to do a thing different than anyone else. What if you were able to go in there and show actual ads like this and be able to bring an ad in that was created, we created for you, and say, look, the moment you make the right decision to list with me, this ad right here is going to go out to 23,000 potential buyers that are the exact avatar of the type of person that's going to buy this house. And the moment you make the decision, the right decision to hire me, I'm going to hit submit, and it's going to immediately start showing up in front of these people without them ever going on the MLS, without them ever talking to their agent, without them ever picking up some kind of flyer or something like that. It's simply using 21st century strategies to get in front of people, because where are people hanging out now? Just like you're watching me, they're hanging out right here. They're hanging out on here. And if you want your marketing to work, ultimately, you've got to use marketing that is going to get in front of people where they're actually at, okay? I'm going to put something up here, guys, because you guys, I see a lot of you asking me, can I have the other one back? I want to create seller leads. So I just put one up here on the side. I'm going to answer a lot of questions now, as many as you guys would like me to. I just put an offer up now that if you click it, it'll give you the option of both. And if you want to use both, click one, sign up for it, then go back, click the other one, sign up for it. If you want one or the other, click on the one that applies to you. But I am going to try to do what I've wanted to do this whole time, which is to get in and really answer some of your questions, okay? My partner really needs to hear this. Will there be a replay? If technology works as it should, I'm hoping that there's a replay, okay? If so, we'll be sending it out. But again, it's a $29 setup for one of them. You're getting $74 on the other one for the first month, which is crazy cheap. I would take advantage of that, okay? Let me see what else we have here, guys. How do I sign up? Betsy, for which one? If you click right now, there's an offer thing to the right-hand side. Rachel, you're seeing that, right? The offer thing? Give me a heads up. Yes, okay. You know what I think we can do? Let me check something here, guys. I think I'm about to redirect you all. Let me see. This will be really cool if this actually works. You want to talk about today's technology. Let's see if this works right here. I am going to redirect you. Okay, you guys should have a tab that just opened up on your computer that went to the place where both of them are available. So you can pick which one you like or get. I personally, guys, seriously think you need both of them. Again, it takes money to spend money. I think you need both of them because one is going to create seller leads in that pipeline for you, and one of them is going to be directly connected to your actual business page and allow you to promote your listings and separate yourself among other agents, okay? Remember, guys, that listings package, the second one is like a gym membership. If you don't use it, you're still paying for it, okay? So the first one is one where we're just constantly creating leads for you, and so you're going to get a result regardless. The second one, if you start paying for it and you never go to the submissions page and give us anything to do, you're just going to pay for it. And I would hate that. How much is one-on-one? One-on-one starts at $499 a month and goes up from there. If you want to do a consult, just email us, info@jaredjamestoday.com. We'll set up a consult. We have a director of coaching that does a lot of the consults and stuff, but right now I'm personally still doing them. So if you want to, okay? Let me see here. Average, how many months it takes to get traction with new seller leads? Right away. Like, we'll start creating seller leads right away, David. What you're going to find is that some of those seller leads, a small percentage, are ready to go right now if you follow up right away. Some of them are ready a month from now. Some are ready 3 months from now. Some are ready 6 months from now. Some are ready 12 months from now. What you've got to do is have a system in place where you're following up with all of them on the long term. So you take advantage of those people now, you take advantage of the people in 3 months, and you get the people in 12 months. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's about having that pipeline always available to you. Okay, so absolutely. Okay, Rachel, can you tell us based on the zip code we want how that general area is performing? Julie, I know you asked Rachel, but I'm here. If we have somebody there, we can. If we don't, we can't. But again, that's why it's month to month, guys. I mean, every area usually works once we figure out what's going to work there. So it's not that often that you can't find a way to make it work there. I mean, it's marketing 101. It works. But again, it's month to month. So I would tell you sign up and get it going. And if you don't like the results and they're saying we don't know how to fix it, then you cancel. But that very, very rarely ever happens. Yes, if you pay the $29 and it turns out that you do a consult and you say, never mind, I don't want to do this, yes, you'll get your $29 back. When I tried to sign up, I get a 502 bad gateway message. Betsy, I don't know what that's all about. I don't have anybody else getting that message. If that's the case, email Rachel, just email info @jaredjamestoday.com, or just call us 203-877-1500. I don't know why you're getting that message. Are you on Internet Explorer? Try a different browser maybe. I'm not sure why you're getting that. Thanks so much. I have an appointment at 3:30. Awesome. Guys, ask me as many questions you want right now. Someone said, I think their site was down, but now it's back up. Guys, I think we got overloaded, if I'm just being honest. This was meant to be a small webinar, and it's not small. So I think we got overloaded, but it looks like it's back up, okay? Yeah, Rachel just wrote, temporarily spiked from all the traffic. It's back up now. Not a bad thing. How would this work with a team and a different email address? Okay, so Beth, if you have a team, depending on what the CRM is you're using, we connect directly with Wise Agent. By the way, if you're using Wise Agent, if you're not, the CRM, it's fantastic. Go to wiseagent.com/Jared James. Rachel, write that in the chat. You can get a free month, and it's $24.99 a month after that. Our leads automatically go into their system, and if you have a team or many agents, it'll automatically round robin them. So that is an option for you as well, okay? But we have a lot of people that work. We have teams, we have brokerages, we have all that stuff. So that would be the way to do it. Use something like Wise Agent. Would it be a good thing to add over a certain income? Jeff, it depends on your area. What I always tell people is seller leads are seller leads. So take all the seller leads you can. We've had people in the past say we only want, you know, sellers that have an income over 200,000. To me, you really limit yourself. You don't get as much activity, but that's a decision that you have to make when they do the consult, okay? Do you post an unlimited amount? Yeah, it's up to you. Absolutely. Can you use team listings, not my own, for buyer leads? Absolutely, Mickey. You can use your broker's listings as long as you get their approval to do so. Technically, your listings aren't yours anyway, they're the brokers. So absolutely. We have many people that use their own broker's listings, even though they're not theirs, just to create buyer leads. There's no contract for the listings leads. No, we do month to month. The only time you pay for an extended period is if you want to pay for 5 months up front or 10 months up front, we give you 6 months or 12 months. So we give you a month or two for free, depending on. We have our own marketing person. You do have somebody that you'll be working with on a regular basis. We have a team, so you're not assigned, but generally what happens is people get used to people and they just keep working with them. So yes. Is this just for open house ads? No. Open house was just an example everybody would understand. We can do it for anything. We can do it for coming soon. We can do it for just listed, just sold. We can do it for, you know, I just listed your neighbor's property. It may have changed the value of your property. Would you like to know how it's changed? We can do it for many different things. We have a team here. Yep, you got that. I'm already using another company on month to month, but I want to switch to you. Yvette, do it right away. Like one of the reasons we created this, by the way, is because we couldn't find a program out there that I liked, because nobody would put looking to sell or anything like that because they didn't want to push away leads. And again, one of the things that I really, the advantage of you working with us, having the marketing side, is that I'm the head of this, and I'm a nationally known coach, that I coach agents for a living, okay? So I know what works. I know what works with follow-up. I don't just have the theory of what works, okay? Jared, is this part of the mastermind? Will this be part of the mastermind? We will be talking about some of this. Absolutely, Mike. Is the landing page included in the listings package with the zip codes? No, the landing page is included with the first one where we create seller leads. The listings package where we promote your listings does not require a landing page, because what we're telling them is comment below or email or call us at. Let me see here. Is the $89 upgrade on the listings package per zip code? The $89 upgrade is not on the listings package, guys. That's I know you're saying listings package, but you mean the seller leads. Listings package is the separate one that creates buyer leads. The first one, called Marketing Pro, where we create seller leads for you, no, it's not. The $89 a month is not per zip code. It's not per how many leads you have. It's not whether you're a team or an individual. It's $89 a month total. Like literally, it's like you're ripping us off. At some point, we're probably going to change that because that's kind of crazy. But right now, it's just $89 a month, regardless of how many leads are created. Can we schedule the ad showtime to work in evening hours only? Yes, you can, but we don't recommend it, Gloria. We've seen people do that in the past, and it does not have the same effect, okay? It's not a good idea. Whether you get a lead in the morning or the night or the whatever, shouldn't matter. It's a lead. How's it work on Instagram? So if you want us to, we connect right over to your Instagram account, and just like it's showing up with ads and stuff on Facebook, it's doing the same thing on Instagram, where they see it, they click, and they go to a landing page. It's just it's leveraging platforms that have eyeballs that people are looking at, and they're going, oh, that's timely. I'm looking to sell. Let me find out. Jared, I want to do both of these methods, but should I wait until my coaching session with Ryan? I'm spending $370 a month on Zillow. First off, Steve, I'd say you need to get off Zillow like right away. And second off, I would not wait till your coaching starts. Start your pipeline now. Start creating your leads now. It gives you more to talk about with your coach. Okay, it gives you more to talk about and practice on follow-up and all that stuff. The quicker you can get going, the better off. Can we get a copy of it? If everything works correctly here, absolutely, guys. I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. And again, guys, I'm just answering questions now. I told you I'll stay on as long as you want for me to answer questions. How many leads can you potentially get? Anne-Marie, you can get 10 a month, depending on your budget, and you can get thousands a month. I mean, I just showed you an example of a client in Ireland who created thousands. Most of our people who are doing $5 a day, $10 a day, $15 a day budgets are getting between 30 and 100 leads a month, okay? Seller leads, okay? The contact phone number here is 203-877-1500, 203-877-1500. Just started Wise Agent. I love the way it works. That's why we integrate with them. They're so user-friendly. Our market is mostly resort and second homes. How does the listing program reach out to out-of-state owners? That's something we've worked with in the past with people. We've had that exact same situation. So I'd tell you, get started, do the consult with our people, and they'll explain to you how we work that, okay? Is the $74 for the first month still available? I think so. If you go to the link, I think the link that's on the right-hand side, it should still be. If you don't have Wise Agent, do the leads come to your email? Automatic, yeah, right away. When you sign up, guys, for the first package that's going to create the seller leads for you, what's going to happen, just so you know, is that you're going to get an email explaining everything, and there's going to be a video that explains everything, and it's going to show you where you go for your training and how the program works and how you start getting your leads, and we're going to go over that with you too. It all becomes much clearer, okay? Yes, we will let you know if any other realtors are subscribed to a zip code, although I'll tell you we allow a certain amount per zip code because there's no issue with having multiple ones in a zip code. You don't get the same leads because people don't generally fill out a home value thing more than once. But yes, we do tell you that. Just sent you a Snapchat. Awesome. Guys, if you're on Snapchat, get on there with me. I'm at Jared James Today, or just go to my Facebook profile, take a picture of it while you're in your Snapchat app. I love that app. I'm going to be so active on that. Can you target expired? Anne-Marie, you can't specifically target expired listings, but you can create an ad that speaks to expired listings, and only people who are have expired listings would respond. But your price per click is going to be, or price per engagement is going to be much higher than normal. Thank you, Jared. Have a great day. No problem. Well, we got a lot of questions here. Mickey, I don't see the sign up link. Rachel just posted it. It's jaredjamestoday.com/marketing-webinar. Okay. And I also redirected your computer, so you should see it there as well. And it's also on the right-hand side. If you click on offers up on the side, you see chat and you see all that stuff. If you go to offers, it's also there. All right, guys. You and your staff are the greatest. Need to sign off. Maria, thank you so much for that. Guys, here's your last chance. If you have any other questions, give them to me now. I'll answer your questions. I'm a new agent about 1 week into it. Which offer would be better for me? That's simple. The first one with Marketing Pro to create seller leads. You need to start getting in front of those people. You need to start building your pipeline. You need to start building your database. You don't have listings to promote yet. You absolutely should be in the first program, okay? Mickey, got it. Hopefully you're signed up now. Awesome. Bianca, that's where you start. I'm a new agent. Start there, okay? And then make sure that when you sign up and you start getting those seller leads, make sure you're using our jaredjamestoday.com/marketing101, which will be emailed to you when you start, with all the training there, so that you know how to convert, you know what to do, you know how many times to follow up, you know what kind of templates to use, because the fortune is in the follow-up. Leads alone, if you don't know how to convert them, will simply rob you of your time, okay? You've got to know how to follow up, okay? Okay, Don, I'm not sure why we had that issue with Chrome and Chrome Task, but I don't think anybody else had it, so we'll send the replay out to you, okay? All right, guys, your last chance. If you have questions for me, go. Thank you again, guys, so many of you that signed on here. I can't believe how many people we had. This was supposed to be a small webinar. Again, connect Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, at Jared James Today, guys. Subscribe on YouTube if you want free videos, free video content for different ways, even from a coaching side, to sell more houses and such. With that being said, guys, I am going to sign off. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Love you to death. Can't wait to go check my social channels here and see what I got from you guys, okay? Talk to you soon.